hi there. Welcome to the Dank Tank, an interview show where we take the plunge and maybe smoke a little something.
Oh, yeah, that was happening. That was great.
Don't tell Dad. With special guests from all over the world. I'm your host, Ryan. Let's dive in. Oh, cheers. What's up, bro? Welcome to the Dank Tank. Today's special guest is Mr. Matt MacDuff. I'm joined by my lovely co-host Anita, broadcasting live to you and yours from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And today we're going to talk about cycling. We're going to talk about almost dying. We're going to talk about hot German hookups.
No, we can't talk about that. I don't know anything about that.
We'll see.
Why
we'll
not?
see. So you've been on the road again, man, eh?
Yeah, dude, I've been traveling like crazy. Just on the grind, you know?
So for those that may not know, you are a professional freerider. So who do you ride for?
I ride for O'Neill, The Rise, which is my own brand.
Okay.
TheRise.com. You want to check that out. Azonic and Industry 9, Fox Suspension.
You got all the bases covered, huh?
Yeah.
So when did you turn pro?
I turned pro when I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah. And I used to fix clocks before, and I got an opportunity to ride for a company, and I was like, no way I'm fixing clocks anymore. It's time to live the dream, you know?
You should get into the greens?
Happy hour.
Fire up the green!
Hey.
Happy
That for happy hour.
It's happy hour! Shout out to the plug, happy hour.
What's it? Oh, we get glasses, eh?
Yeah,
Sick.
dude. I will provide it by
I'm
happy
gonna go
hour.
with the black ones. Yeah. Nice. Nice one, boy.
Nice one.
What do you think?
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah. Do I look prosperous?
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Ow.
Dream, bud. The
Happy
Dank Tank.
hour!
Cheers.
Woo! Tank Tank.
I spilled most of it on the table.
So, happy hour. Back to you, Matt.
I was on the internet one day and I stumbled upon a picture of this guy in a suit. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like the craziest photo ever. It's this guy from like the 1900s. And he's got like his handlebars and like his butt straight, and he's like wearing a top hat and stuff. But he's upside down, flying through a loop-de-loop with no top on it. And you're like, this has to be fake, you know? But it's I always thought maybe it was real. So I got on the internet and I started doing some research, and then I found out it was real. And it was these two crazy Italian brothers that were like traveling around Europe doing this show where like one would jump this loop with no gap and then the other one would jump over him, you know? I was like, man, these guys are so badass. Like over 100 years ago, I figured, you know, we're like 100 years later. Hospitals are way better. So
have a better chance.
yes.
So we're good. Yeah.
So I think my chances of doing this stuff are way better. And yeah, so I built my first open loop, and it was received really well, and it was super fun. And it was basically like a loop-de-loop with no top, and then just loop-de-loop was the next step, doing a full one, you know. And when I first built it, I couldn't believe how easy they are to ride. They're super easy, man.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. No, but so you went down to South Africa to build this thing, right?
Yeah.
Why there?
So we went to South Africa mostly because I met this farmer the year before, and he was like the craziest guy I've ever met. Like he's like, yeah, I'm doing this bike park, and I really want people to know about this park because it's gonna be sick, and to know about it, let's build some serious stuff, and that's where Pure Darkness came about. We were just building some of the biggest jumps in the world just at this bike park. And then the idea is that all of a sudden, like, people start going, oh yeah, they start coming to the bike park to see the jumps and stuff. So that's why we did it there. Because when you build, you just can't like walk up to anyone with like 100 acres and be like, hey man, can I like build this 90-foot roll-in and like a huge 90-foot rolling tower and like dig some 30-foot holes and build some jumps and make a 40-foot loop-de-loop? Like, no, people are like, screw you, dude. Like, no way.
And cut all your trees. Like.
Yeah, and cut all your trees down. And so he was super into that, and that's why we chose to do it there.
Okay. So you head down there, and this guy's all excited to have you. Were there any logistical issues with building this massive structure, like when you got there?
Oh yeah, there were so many struggles towards building that stuff, and actually there were so many struggles before, as you guys know, with like the legal stuff, and we were like trying to figure out like, okay, well, how can I do this and not get sued like crazy, or you know what I mean? And that's actually one of the reasons why we went out there, because in Africa you can pretty much, you know, do whatever you want.
So let's go to like drop date. So you're up there, you put all this effort into getting there, dealing with building the thing, and you're standing at the top of the drop-in. How you feeling?
To be honest, I wasn't feeling that good. I mean, the day before I was up super late, and we've been working like really hard on building the loop, you know.
Okay.
And that thing was freaking big, you know. It was a little bigger than I thought it would be, you know.
Okay.
And I really was sketchy about the speed. I wasn't sure like how fast to hit that thing, so I just had a lot going through my mind.
And yeah, if you haven't seen the footage of this, there's a ton of it on YouTube.
This is gonna be sick.
You drop in, you hit the top of the loop, and you come out of that fucking loop. And I haven't been able to find any footage of what happens next.
Yeah, and that's the awesome thing, because we're making a movie about it.
Okay.
And yeah, my best friend, he's a director, and we're like basically like my room's here and his room's like right beside it, so we like wake up every morning, high five and like, you know, win the day. And he's making a movie, and he's been filming me for 6 years, all the way up to like building the whole thing and then crashing and then all the rehab and up to now.
Damn.
So the idea is when my story's done, then they'll make a film about it, and that's why there's no footage on the internet
Okay.
about it, because we got it locked up and safe.
On that note, let's get into some smoke.
Dank Tank Bing reviews. What's this thing? Wrecked. Hell yeah.
I'm not really a fan, but when I do hit a bomb,
Yeah, that just.
it's usually wrecked.
Fire in the hole!
That was green light is great. Yeah.
Shout out to Reg, seems
Hell
to
yeah.
be a trick.
Hey, got me there.
Maddie, will you do the honors, bro?
I would love to do the honors.
I have one of those. Little fire.
Thank you, my friend. This show is awesome. This is the best show in the world.
Let's get some smoke.
How could it get any better?
We're supposed to do like some happy hour time.
Oh yeah, we can do a shot. You just gotta say the word.
Oh my god. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy hour.
Dank Tank.
Happy hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I crashed that loop and, you know what I mean, got put in the truck and drove to the hospital and the ambulance and blah, 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 I was sitting there and I was in so much pain, man, because my leg and my arm were so broken that I was just like, I don't know, I was like, X-ray me,
Because of like.
I'm in so much pain, like, X-ray me, you know?
Because you were
And,
like swearing and tattooed, or like what?
Yeah, no, I was just like being a little bit aggressive.
Okay.
Like not too aggressive. I was just like, X-ray me,
Yeah, like in a shitload of
and she
pain,
wouldn't,
like,
she wouldn't come close to me because she said that Satan was inside of me or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it really sucked because they had to. I had to wait like 45 minutes outside of the room, like just like in the worst pain ever. So many broken bones, just waiting for.
Did you have any to open you at this point? Like,
No painkillers, nothing.
Oh my gosh. Well,
And that's when the lady was like, the fucking devil's inside this guy, and I don't want to come close to the devil, so they had to like basically call a new nurse to come in. You know, the way I was that day, I mean, I felt like I had the devil inside of me, so maybe I did, I don't know. But, or maybe, what is the devil? But I don't know. She was just crazy. I'm a normal guy.
Don't know. I am.
Yeah, dude, I'm super, dude. I'm a normal dude. This lady was nuts, and she was just like freaking out.
So that obviously was a big turning point in your life, your career. When did you feel like because like you said yourself, like that's dark. When did you feel like that darkness started to lift and you started to see some light and sort of get back on the bike, or start to feel like you were getting back to the life you wanted to live?
Well, I'll be completely honest with you guys because I love you guys. My sister has cystic fibrosis, my youngest sister, and that's a disease that you're born with. And every day, no matter what you do, if you have that disease, you get worse every day. You know what I mean? So every day your health deteriorates, no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So they told me that I could work a little bit every day, you know what I mean, like physical rehab and stuff, and I would get improvements. You know what I mean? There's just no promises to what the improvements would be. So like seeing my sister, my poor sister, who like no matter what she does, she's always going to be worse the next day. For me, if I have the tiniest opportunity to be better the next day, it's no matter what it is, if it's like 2 hours on the floor raising your moving your ankle, or if it's like reading, I don't know, if it's anything, I'm gonna take that. It's my responsibility. At least I have the opportunity to improve myself, and I gotta do it for all those other people that can't.
What about like getting back into your careers?
I slowly just got better and better and better every day, and now I'm better than I've ever been, man. It's insane. I'm doing tricks now that I couldn't even like dream of doing before. You know? Well, I could dream, but like I wasn't doing it. You know?
Right now.
All right, so in tribute to Matt MacDuff, and for him coming down here tonight, and for being the human that he is, resilient motherfucker, this one's for you. We got you a t-shirt from Wrecked, the company that supplied us with this high-pass bong. So this is for me, that's for you, and he's gonna hook you up with a tee.
Boom! Thank you. I don't need that bong to get wrecked, man. I'm already wrecked. Oh shit, they sell it. I mean, they spell it in a different way. See, I don't do that bong, man. I can't even talk that bong.
Yo, that's a wrap. Dank Tank, episode 1. Special thanks to Matt for coming through.
Thank you guys.
To our special guests, Fred and Joe. My lovely co-host, Anita. And Carol. I'm Ryan, signing off. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for the next one. Bow!